Good evening and welcome to the July 19th, 2017 legislative session of the Town Board. I'll officially call this board meeting to order. I'll ask that you please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And I'll ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Call. Here. LaFountain.
Here.
Metzler. Here. Moore.
Here.
Quinn.
Here. Mr. Horowitz is not with us this evening. He's a bit under the weather, so we sent him our best, and I'm sure he's tuned in right on the edge of his seat watching this meeting. He did have an opportunity to review all of the resolutions. There were no questions or concerns that he had from a legal standpoint, and just make that part of the record. I would like to start with communications and announcements, and I would ask Mr. Quinn to kick it off for us.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening, everyone. The Penfield Public Library wants to remind our residents that their facility provides a safe place location for young individuals seeking assistance with housing, safety, or other crisis situations. Partnering with the Center for Youth Organization, the library helps connect children in need with on-site outreach workers who assess the young person and provide access to necessary services. For more information on the Safe Places program, which again is available at the Penfield Public Library, go to nationalsafeplace.org. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Metzler.
Thank you. I just have one announcement this evening. The 2017 Summer Concert Series at our amphitheater is underway on Tuesday and Thursday evenings, beginning at 7 p.m. Come and enjoy an evening of music and food at this great outdoor venue located behind the Penfield Town Hall near the Veterans Memorial. Tuesday night concerts offer a wine tent for those listening to upstage music bands, while Thursdays is the annual Kids Fest series. On Saturday, July 29th, Mr. Mustard will perform their Beatles tribute concert, which will also be at 7 p.m. For a complete list of the remaining concerts for the 2017 season, check out penfieldrec.org. Thank you.
Thank you. I have one announcement. The Town Board kicked off our Comprehensive Plan 2020 at our July 12th work session. So every 10 years, this board actually dedicates time, energy, and effort to update our comprehensive plan. That's kind of our goal and a cornerstone of everything that we do here. So it provides a legal foundation for land use decisions, defines the community's vision, provides guidelines for development, and establishes goals and objectives for the next decade. A project page has been created and is on our website at penfield.org, so you can go in and take a look at what's there today. So there is a timeline, and there is a kickoff statement for that, and as other documents are generated, they will be added to that page. We're looking to form a committee. So if there's anyone interested in serving on the committee, I would ask that they please send a short note to me and a copy of your resume to supervisor@penfield.org. And if you take a look at the timeline, the goal of the board is to have the committee established by early September. And again, the plan is that this cross-section of the community will be advisory to this board and will work with staff to prepare the comprehensive plan and submit that to us. The goal is to have that done by June of 2019. Again, that's June 2019. So if you're interested, drop an email and a copy of your resume to supervisor@penfield.org. and we will crank that into the process. Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Penfield Recreation is pleased to announce a new community program called Passport to Play. Passport to Play is a free program which highlights all of the playgrounds in Penfield within the best parkland here in Monroe County. Children who visit each playground log in their journey and their passport. Each one will receive a token for their efforts. Playgrounds are a great way for children to exercise, be active, have fun, and play. Passports are available at the Penfield Recreation Office or here at the Town Hall, with all details in the program available at penfieldrec.org. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Cole.
The Penfield Players have announced their Summer Readers Theater. It'll be held Saturday, July 29th at 2 p.m. and Wednesday, August 2nd at 7:30 at the Penfield Community Center. This year's performance is entitled Farce of Nature. Readers Theater is an oral expression of scripture in which the actors, rather than memorizing lines, interacting with props, or wearing costumes, use their voice, facial expressions, and gestures to take the audience on an imaginative journey of a story. Admission for these performances are free, but donations to the Penfield Players will be accepted at the door. For all details regarding the Players, go to penfieldplayers.org. And my other announcement is that my next scheduled community chat will be Tuesday, August 15th from 5:30 to 7 in the new book area at the Penfield Library.
Great, thank you. We'll move on to public participation, to opportunities to address the board on any matter at this time. And again, at the end of the agenda, you can do that one of three ways. If you're in the audience, like Ed Lindskog, you can come to the podium. You can call in at 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org, and you can drop a short email note, and it'll come right up here on my printer next to me. So many ways to reach out to the board. So, Mr. Lindskog, 40 Willow Pond Way.
109. A couple of items. I did attend the community chat, as I try to do every month. A call to get some representative from the Parks Department to come to Trails Committee meetings. I think that should be Tim Masterton, as that's his title. He did not attend in June at our last meeting, and certainly like to see him in September when we resume our monthly activities. And another item, Faith Lutheran Church Mission Board has agreed to host Rise Against Hunger at the community center sometime, I believe, in September. More information will be coming, but it's a good chance for me to get a plug in, to get community involvement, and it was done in Greece last year, and it was very successful.
Very good.
Bring it back to Penfield. I think Penfield Rotary did it in the past here.
I think that's right.
Ed, is that that's the Stop Hunger Now? They changed their name?
That's right. Stop Hunger Now changed their name.
Got it.
It's a national organization.
So as more details become available, Ed, we'll make sure that I mention that in my column, as I have in the past.
That'd be great.
So that we get that information out.
Streetlights continue to be an issue. Several lights along 441 are still out. I don't know what the procedure is to get them listed and attended, but
So did you have a conversation with Jim Kreckman?
I did.
I knew you had that conversation with Jim, and
I asked him about his budget, and he said that a lot of his resources this year were to North Penfield, and some poles he had to replace and that, but I think the missing link here is it would be good to have the people that do the fixing go out in the evening rather than during the day when they can't see what's going on. If that could be a schedule change at too much of an additional cost, I think that'd be great, because then you're eliminating the middleman of somebody having to call in and say my street light isn't working,
sure.
and they can't find which one is out. Yeah, we had a good conversation, and we plan to meet regularly.
Good. Okay.
Also met with Mr. Costello on trails issues, and more will be forthcoming on that as we put together a program as how to get the connector trails done from the one that's coming up from the canal to the bay.
Filling in the gaps and
Yes,
and things.
filling in the gaps, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Ed. Good to see you. I do not see anyone else that would like to address the board on any matter, and no phone calls coming in. Again, there will be a second opportunity at the end of the agenda. I will then ask, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight? Seeing none. We have two sets of minutes to approve, and let's take them one at a time. The first one is the June 7th, 2017 minutes, and would entertain a motion of approval for those minutes.
I move that the June 7th minutes be approved.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion on those minutes? Okay, at this time, I'd ask the clerk for a roll call vote on approval
Cole?
of those.
Aye.
LaFountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Quinn?
Aye.
5 ayes.
And we have the June 14th, that was the short special meeting that we had, and I would entertain a motion of approval for the June 14th legislative session.
Moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussions on that? Again, seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Has the town board, town clerk received any petitions since our last meeting?
No.
Okay, seeing none. We'll move on to resolution by function. We'll start with law and finance, please.
Setting a public hearing to consider a conditional use permit to allow the conversion of pre-existing non-conforming industrial building to a climate-controlled storage facility at 1385 Empire Boulevard.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas an application has been received by the Penfield Town Board for the issuance of a conditional use permit pursuant to Chapter 250-7-13-C of the Code to consider allowing a conversion of a pre-existing non-conforming industrial building to a climate-controlled storage facility at 1385 Empire Boulevard. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield shall hold a public hearing at the Penfield Town Hall on August 16th at 7 p.m. on said date to consider the application and to hear all persons interested in the issuance of this conditional use permit. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Manufacturers and Traders Trust Company Tax Certiorari Settlement.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas Manufacturers and Traders Trust Company heretofore commenced proceedings against the assessor and the Board of Assessment Review and other respondents for review of the assessment for years 2014-15, 2015-16, and 2016-17 for the premise at 1838 Empire Boulevard within the town of Penfield. Whereas after negotiations between the attorney for the town and the attorney for the petitioner, a tentative agreement has been reached between all parties on terms of a proposed settlement subject to the approval of the town board. Be it resolved that the attorney representing the town is hereby directed to make application to the Supreme Court of the State of New York for approval of such settlement, and that upon obtaining such approval, the town assessor of Penfield will be hereby directed to make necessary adjustments. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. R. Sharenza, Penwood Apartments Tax Certiorari Settlement.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas R. Sharenza at Penwood Apartments Manufacturers Trust, Traders Trust Company heretofore commenced proceedings against the assessor and the Board of Assessment Review and other respondents for a review of the assessment for years 2015-16, 2016-17 for the premise located at 1699 Penfield Road within the town of Penfield. Whereas after negotiation between the attorney for the town and attorneys for the petitioner, a tentative agreement has been reached by all parties on terms of a proposed settlement. Be it further resolved that the attorney representing the town is hereby directed to make application to the Supreme Court of the State of New York for approval of such settlement, and upon obtaining such approval, the town assessor of Penfield be hereby directed to make the necessary adjustments. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Purchase 2017 Chevrolet 1500 pickup truck.
Moved.
Second.
Mr. Supervisor, I'd first like to move to amend the resolution as follows. In the first paragraph, removal of with auxiliary fuel tank, headache rack, and light bar, and removal of the price of $35,629.47 to be replaced with $29,921.72. The same amount of $35,629.47 in the second paragraph to be deleted and replaced with $29,921.72. And finally, in the third paragraph, the removal of with auxiliary fuel tank, headache rack, and light bar attachments.
Okay, so there's been a motion to amend. I'd ask Mr. Moore, who seconded the original motion, would you second the amendment?
I will second that amendment.
Okay. And what I would like to do is then ask for a vote for the amendment, and then we'll move on to the main resolution for Councilwoman Metzler to address.
Cole?
Aye.
LaFountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Thank you. And now we'll allow Councilwoman Metzler to comment on the resolution.
Thank you. This resolution provides for the Director of Public Works, who desires to purchase one 2017 Silverado 1500 1LS double cab four-wheel drive standard box truck from Chautauqua bid from Van Dwardle Chevrolet of Macedon, New York. The total funds of $29,921.72 for the purchase is budgeted in the 2017 DPW Highway Department budget. Now therefore be it resolved that the Director of Public Works is authorized to purchase the vehicle per the attached vehicle purchase proposal.
Great, thank you. Discussions on this amended resolution?
No.
Okay, then I would ask for a roll call vote of this resolution.
Cole?
Aye.
LaFountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Awarding contract for retaining wall replacement on 5 Mile Line Road.
Moved.
Second.
Whereas a portion of the retaining wall on 5 Mile Line Road is falling over and in need of replacement, and whereas the Director of Public Works received 3 quotes to replace from RM Landscape, Rochester Lawn Care, and Bracolo Tree and Lawn Care, whereas the DPW has reviewed all the quotes and the quote of RM Landscape is the lowest bid and meets all specifications. Now therefore be it resolved that the contract is awarded to RM Landscape to reconstruct the retaining wall on 5 Mile Line Road per the town specifications. This resolution and the quote submitted by RM Landscape shall constitute this contract, which is to be reviewed and approved by the town attorney. Be it further resolved that all materials will be provided by the town of Penfield.
Thank you. Discussion? Seeing no discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Cole?
Aye.
LaFountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign recreation contracts.
So moved.
Second.
This resolution authorizes the town supervisor to sign 2 recreation contracts. One's to provide officials for basketball league, and the other one is to provide outdoor Nerf battle program. Yeah,
Sounds like my front yard.
That's right.
sounds fun.
Right, thank you. Discussion on this resolution? Seeing no discussion, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Cole?
Aye.
LaFountain?
Aye.
Metzler?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Thank you. Move on to old business. Is there any old business to come before the board this evening? Seeing none. Is there any new business to come before the board this evening? Again, seeing none. This brings us to our second public participation. Again, if you're in the audience, you can address the board at the podium. You may call in at 340-8771, or you can log on at penfield.org. Seeing no one coming forth for public participation, and there being no further business to come before the board, the July 19, 2017 legislative session of the town board stands adjourned. The next legislative session of the town board will be held August 2nd, 2017. Thank you to everyone that participated. Thank you to Penfield TV.